Hi everyone! I'm feeling really hipster today. I don't know what it is, maybe it's the hat. But yeah, I'm feeling really hipster today, and I feel like something's missing. Perfect. As all of you know, Thanksgiving was last Thursday, and I don't know what it is about this time of year, but it's just, I get these really emotional, lovey-dovey feelings around this time of year. Maybe that's because it's around Christmas, or maybe it's because Thanksgiving is all about giving thanks. But I don't know, I just get really sentimental and emotional, and it's just a big mess every single year. But anyway, last week I saw this video done by the wonderful Connor Franta. If you don't know who that is, God have mercy on your soul. Go and check him out. I will put his link down in the down bar. And in his video last week, he created a tag called the Most tag. And I figured, since it's around Thanksgiving and I'm still getting these emotional lovey-dovey feelings, I figured why the hell not, why don't I do the Most tag? And so, here we go. The most scared I've ever been. So the most scared I've ever been was when my albino cockatiel Shelby almost died. She had gotten out of her cage during the night and she was walking around on the floor, and my dog Holly found her. And since Holly's a terrier, terriers have an instinct to attack smaller animals, and she was just in a really, really bad state. I mean, she almost died. And the worst part was, I was with my mom in LA checking out colleges, and so I had no idea what was going on. I didn't know if Shelby was gonna live or not, and so my mom and I spent 2 whole days worrying down in LA before we got to come back up and check on her. And now she is fine, she recuperated, and everything is okay. The most happy I've ever been. This one's kind of hard just because I'm kind of a happy-go-lucky person. This is one of the very weird things about me. I tend to be very happy around my friends or people that are very unhappy at that moment. I don't know, I'm weird. The most sad I've ever been. Now, this one, unfortunately, is a very easy one for me. My sophomore year of high school, I went through a really, really dark period. I couldn't really figure it out. I mean, everything seemed to depress me, or it didn't really make an impact on me. I don't know, I would just wake up every morning and go, The most proud I've ever been. Now this one, fortunately, is an easy one. Now for those of you who have been with me for a very long time, you'll know that I'm a pretty avid singer. In my high school, the choir system is set up so there is one very small group of singers called the chamber singers, and it's really hard to get into, and the choir teacher only allows 32 people to get in every year, and it's a really, really big deal for me. And I tried freshman through junior year to get into this group. This year is the first year that I'm in chamber, and it just made me so proud because I spent my entire high school career working and trying to get into this group. In my last year, I finally managed to get it. The most crazy I've ever been. The most crazy I've ever been definitely would have to be when I went to a rave with 2 of my friends. I'd never been to a rave before. I had no idea what to expect. I fell in love with just the whole vibe of the place, and I just went with it. I think that's one of my best experiences to date. The most passionate I've ever been. Now again, if you guys have been with me for a while, you'll know that I'm also a swimmer, and every year in my league there's one swim team that hosts this really big bee meet for all the swimmers who didn't really make it into the best events. It's kind of like a consolation prize. Usually people don't really take it seriously, but this past season I just threw myself into it and I really wanted to get the best times that I could, and it ended up paying off because I ended up getting the top point for the day. Got a trophy and everything. The most sick I've ever been. Now for any other season, I am generally a healthy person, but when it comes to winter, I'm always sick. I get colds, I get flus, I pretty much catch everything that goes around my school. Hey, I'm already sniffling. This does not bode well for me. The sickest I've ever been was in my sophomore year when I woke up one day and my body literally just went nope. I mean, I stayed in bed for a good week. It definitely wasn't pretty. Other than that, I dislocated my kneecap back in sophomore year in December. I'm just realizing a lot of stuff happened in my sophomore year. The most tired I've ever been. When I was a junior in high school, my choir took a trip to New York to perform at Carnegie Hall with a bunch of other choirs. In order to get there, we had to take a red-eye flight from California to New York. We got to the airport at 7 p.m., took the flight, and when we landed in New York, it was, I want to say, 8 a.m. in New York. The second we got off the plane, we were going to a bunch of different New York landmarks, and we got no chance to sleep, and unfortunately, I am one of those people who cannot sleep unless I'm laying down and I'm in my bed. I spent about 48 hours on my feet. I think I might have fallen asleep in the Rockefeller Center and a guard had to wake me up, but I can't really remember. The most angry I've ever been. Now recently I've been pretty even keel. I mean, the little things, they might irritate me, but they're not gonna like really tick me off. But when I was a junior in high school, I had a crush on this guy. My friend, who was mad at me at that point, went up to him and she told him that I liked him. And this might sound really silly, but at that point I was getting really close to getting to know this guy. It could have led to something more if that hadn't happened, and so I was pissed. I can't describe how angry I was. And finally, the most excited I've ever been. Now I had to think kind of hard about this one, but the most excited I've ever been was last year, around this time, when I did a Secret Santa with my friend group. I had gotten the idea from a book that I read, and I'd never done something like it before, but I orchestrated the entire thing. I just got this huge feeling of accomplishment, and that coupled with just the Christmas feeling that I get every single year, it was just the most exciting time of the year. But anyway, that is it for this week's video. If you liked it, please give me a big thumbs up. That helps me out a bunch. And if you liked this video and you want to see more, then subscribe to my channel, because I put out new videos every Sunday. My puppy came to say hello. You want to say hello to all my followers? Oh, puppy. Come on. Come on. Okay, that's not gonna work. Alright, well, on that note, I will see you all next Sunday.